This show is brought to you by a man so successful, he got a podcast. This is Jeremy McComb, his podcast thing.
Hey, friends. Welcome to the 2Dumb2Quit podcast. Happy Wednesday. Halfway through the week. How are you feeling? An honest question. How are you feeling about who and what you are today, right now? When I was thinking about this morning. When we look in the mirror, we see all of our flaws. We see the extra weight we might have. We see the wrinkles, blemishes, zits, whatever. A million other things that we can all nitpick about. And we compare ourselves to others, to Instagram, constantly looking outward at what we wish we were instead of nourishing and enriching ourselves for who we really are. And it reminded me of a quote that I had heard where I said, there's a reason they put blinders on racehorses, because the minute a racehorse in the lead looks to its right or left to see what's happening around them, they fall. And it goes back to the philosophy you hear me harp on constantly of Stoics and Stoicism. It's really about pushing yourself to be the best version of ourselves that we can be at any given time, to live presently in our lives and focus on the one thing that we can control. What is in our control? What is not in our control? And then separating our life into two boxes. And that sounds so simplistic. And people tell me that all the time. I watch all this stuff. I read all this stuff. And then as I talk about it with friends who have similar outlooks on life, it sounds so simple. Why is it so hard to separate it into two boxes? Things I can control, things I can't control. If I can't control it, it's going to go in that box. I'm not going to worry about it because I can't control it. If I can control it, it's going to go in that box, and I'm not going to worry about it because I can control it. And it's a practice. It's a constant practice of consistently trying to remove stress and worry from your mind, of saying, look, I'm in control of this, or look, I can't affect that outcome, so I'm not going to worry about it. And what is not in our control is irrelevant. We can't entrust our happiness to irrelevant things. We have to bring instead the thought that, look, I can't control this totally fucked up situation or the year or the fucking pandemic or whatever it is that's standing in front of you. Instead, I can control my actions. I can control my perspective on this and search through the obstacle to turn it into an opportunity. An opportunity to be a better person, to react less as you've been wronged by fate or circumstance, or I'm getting the short end of the fucking stick, or I can't catch a break, and more that you're being given the opportunity to face this down and learn from it, and how fortunate we are that we have the things to overcome it. And how many people have crosses much, much bigger to bear? We have to remind ourselves of everything you've endured. Think about all of the shit you've gone through in your life that you've endured. You have been through the fire before, and you have gone through even worse situations, and you've come through them. You have to remind yourself of that. You, right now, have been through hell, and you will improvise and adapt and overcome. That is what you can control. We have to find a sort of beauty in the madness, the opportunity in the obstacles, and the way through the dark. It's like when a light goes off in a dark room. People panic, looking for fucking flashlight, instead of sitting back, remaining calm, and allowing our eyes to adapt to the darkness that gives us another perspective. You have to kind of allow your mind and your eyes to adjust to the things that are happening around you. And the next step from there is to have the courage to do what needs to be done and the discipline to follow through with it. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to make yourself healthier, skipping workouts and eating shitty isn't being healthy. It isn't doing the hard shit that needs to be done. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, remember how long you've been putting this off. How many extensions the gods gave you and you didn't use them. At some point, you have to recognize what the world is that you belong to, what power rules it, and from what source you spring, and that there is a limit to the time assigned to each of us, and if you don't use it to free yourself, it will be gone and never return. we have to find the courage to live daily and to live immediately. Because right now, as we sit here, moments and time are passing. And someone is outworking us right now. Someone is using discipline and courage to try new things, even if they get hurt, or risk being a beginner or looking dumb, or I don't know how to do this, or not knowing what they're doing. Right now, someone else is putting their ego in the fucking trash can and going out to get what you want. And by beginning to live immediately and courageously, you have nothing to lose but the fear of failing or the fear of looking stupid, because behind all of those fears is the treasure you want and crave. Behind the fear is the life you want. We have to use the fear as a motivator. Use that fear of, look, I may not know what I'm fucking doing, but I'm going to figure it out by putting myself out there and getting it wrong a shitload of times until I start to catch on, because I'm worth it. I want this. I can control this, and I might fucking die tomorrow. So I'm going to stop wasting time. I'm going to stop wasting the time that I have here, and I'm going to start living, truly living the life you want, because it's out there. It is out there. This is coming from a hillbilly who grew up on a tiny little country road in a small North Idaho town, didn't have shit, and just tried to fuck my way through it. And it's still a practice. We're all constantly practicing. You're going to have to find the courage to face the fears of failing. You're going to have to start controlling your reactions to things and being indifferent to things that make no difference. And the courage to try new things, even if, you're afraid of failing. You're going to have to find the courage to face the fears, to start controlling your reactions of being indifferent to things that make no difference. And you're going to have to put away the shit in your life and the people in your life that don't demand the best of you. I'm not somebody to give advice on shit. This is more or less therapy for me, to talk about the things that push me to be a better version of myself, because I was far off, farther than you are probably right now sitting, until I started to say, I don't want to feel this way anymore. I just don't want to live this way, and I need to find a way that resonates with me. Now, Stoicism, Stoic philosophy, it's not going to be for everybody. It just happened to be the thing that really connected with me and then pushed me into other things that kind of connected all with it. I found through Stoicism, doing martial arts, jiu-jitsu, because it goes right into the system of the struggle. The struggle is what's good. Getting into something hard and new, in your late 30s, going in and learning something so physical. I'm not an athlete. And to go in and do something so physical and so hard, and to constantly push yourself to fight. I had to face a lot of fears of looking stupid, of getting hurt, of, being the old guy in there that doesn't know what the hell he's doing. I still don't know what the hell I'm doing, but every day showing up and trying to learn, controlling the fear, controlling my reactions. And I started to find through those channels that I found people who demand the best out of me every day. And I talk about it all the time. I've got my inner bitch, this inner voice that tells me I'm too tired. We'll do it tomorrow. You're not good enough. You're not in good enough shape. That voice, that inner bitch, it's poison to our bodies and to our mind and to our souls. When that alarm goes off at 4:30 in the morning and I got home at 1 and I sure as hell don't want to get out of bed to go fight people for 90 minutes and to learn things and to do things that I know are going to be hard, it's hard because that inner bitch wants you to sleep and be comfortable. It's warm in here. The voice is easy to listen to because it sucks getting up early to go work out. But we have to do it anyway. We have to find a way to silence the voice every day. It's a battle we all face. It's like that old saying, there's two dogs inside of us. There's the one that says we're good enough, we can do this. It pushes through the pain. The dog that doesn't quit, it never relents. It pushes us to be our best. And then there's the other dog that says sleep in, eat another pizza, lay on the couch. We'll work out tomorrow. Fuck it. We got plenty of time. We all have these two voices inside us. And the one that wins is the one that you feed. If you go out, you get up, get that early morning grind, and all of a sudden you start to thrive on it. You start to feel good. Your day is different. You start with that energy because you're feeding the right dog. If you're laying on the couch eating pizza, that's the dog you're feeding, if that's the goal. And all these people, I started to think about all these people that inspired me, people I wanted to be like. They all have the same voices. When you hear these people go, why can't I be more like that? You can be more like that. Those people are just like you. They have the same voices, but they're choosing to do what is hard to live the way they want. So again, I want to end this podcast by the way I started it. How are you feeling today? How are you really feeling? Are you ready to finally demand the best of yourself to live the life you want? Are you ready to finally put yourself first without excuses of any kind? To be brave in spite of the fear of failure or looking dumb or not knowing what you're doing, and to push through the hard shit in our lives to control our reactions and finding the opportunities to be the person we want to be. I know you can. I do it with myself constantly. I struggle with the voice, but it's something we have to do. We have to demand the best of ourselves, and we have to demand that the people around us demand the best of us. Because if you've got somebody that's pushing something on you, it's not good for you, that's not your friend. You have to control your perceptions, direct your actions properly, willingly accept what's out of your control. And if you're distressed by anything external, you have to remember the pain is not due to the thing itself, but your estimate of it, and you have the power to revoke that at any time. You have to remember to be indifferent to things that make no difference and to force yourself to demand the best of yourself because you deserve it. That's the 2Dumb2Quit podcast on a Wednesday. Hope you enjoyed it. It's what was in my heart today. I was feeling it. Now I'm getting ready to go push myself through that inner bitch voice again today. So thank you guys for tuning in. We just crossed over 6,000 downloads. Absolutely crazy. Thank you guys for that. Keep sharing it with your friends. Keep sharing it with your people. If it's inspiring you, if it's something that you want to know more about, send me a message. I love talking about the Stoic philosophy. A thing that I would recommend getting into, The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. I read a lot of that. A lot of these ideas are spurred by his book, Ego is the Enemy. And there's just so much out there. So YouTube it, check it out. If you're enjoying the 2Dumb2Quit podcast, make sure you subscribe to it, follow it, like it, share it with your people. And I'll be talking to y'all probably next week. Tuesdays is normally when this comes out. Did one on Friday or Saturday, and then drop this one today. So you might get another one later in the week. I don't know. I'm on the road. I'm pretty inspired right now. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Share with your people.